Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Seventh Rule. This is the round table. These are our glorious patrons, along with Heather Jordan, Kat R. King, our Trek Turns, and Sarak Lofton is joining us from the hills of Bangladesh right now. So he's only on audio at the moment.
Yes, meditating, doing my meditation.
He's cosplaying his iPhone again.
We're also joined by Chelsea, Anne-Marie, Homer, John, Immo, and Rex. First things first, Homer made good on his promise and got a cool green screen, also wearing an awesome Captain Nog Forever shirt. Get yours because they're only going to last for another day or two. How you doing, Homer?
I'm doing great, thank you. Green screen is a lot of work. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. I mean, this is in my home. I can't imagine. Heather last weekend did it in Candor, New York, so she had a whole bunch of stuff in the trunk of her car. I'm like, oh man, she's crazy.
I know.
I wasn't actually active part of helping you set it up, but just doing this little bit here, I know better. It is craziness, so I salute you.
Everybody was watching. They were intrigued by watching me do my setup. There's a lot that I do.
Those are some great pictures of Aaron you got on the background. You put that together?
I found it. And then what I also found out is that the picture that you see, I had to flip it. So it's actually the way that you would see it on the computer. So I did that. Yeah, and I have a couple other ones too. I have a couple pictures that Aaron had taken, so on his website, Aaron Scott Photography.
Awesome.
Great shout out, by the way. Check out Aaron Scott Photography.
Yeah, definitely.
Heather's got something to say.
Show us your shirt since we're recording, Homer.
Oh yeah. So this is the Captain Nog Forever. This is the big premium shirt. I'm gonna stand up, and you can almost see it. I have a stand-up desk
and a little longer. Sorry, I just put your video on.
Okay, I'll do it again.
Thanks.
It's a great shirt.
It is. It keeps going.
Captain Nog Forever.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's fantastic. I think it's the premium one that's out there, and he's larger than life, which is true. So I recommend the shirt for everybody.
Wow.
Thank you, Homer. And that is only going to be available until October 31st. Everybody. So this is the last moments to get that. Then we're going to close it down. And all the proceeds go to Aaron's wife, Melissa, and their family. So.
And where do we go to get that?
That's on our Teespring online store, teespring.com. Just search for Captain Nog or search for the Seventh Rule. It's also linked in the video description box. It's also linked on our Facebook page. So just check out on any of the videos. You'll see it there.
Homer, what size is that you got on?
I've got a medium.
Okay.
Long for medium.
The sizes, I would say they run pretty true. Maybe they're slightly bigger, just as far as the mediums go anyway.
Okay.
I actually find the women's sizes are slightly smaller.
Somebody else told me that. Julie Grisham mentioned that in New York. Maybe it's a New York thing.
I think the sizes on this particular shirt are different than the other ones.
That could be.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because the women's sizes did run, like I got my normal size and it ran just a little tighter than normal. So.
We're also joined by Tom Webster. How you doing, Tom Webster? I don't know if he wants to participate or just listen in, but either way, hello to you.
I'm here. Hello.
How you doing, Tom? Do you want to be on video as well or just audio?
Just audio right now.
Perfect.
What's up, Tom Webster? Sarak Lofton here.
Hello.
Going good.
He's shy too.
Where are you calling from, Tom?
I am in Minneapolis.
Ooh.
Nice. Well, welcome. I think this is your first time joining us, right?
It is. It's been traveling the last couple of weeks, so nice to be back home.
Yeah, great to have you. We also have John Tuffarella here, who just this last weekend put on quite the Aaron Eisenberg celebration. Tell us about that, if you will.
Well, we just had a bunch of people come down. Heather and Homer joined us, along with Christine and Jenna. They all traveled, several hours apiece. Homer came the farthest. He crashed up at my house for 2 nights. So it was a pretty good weekend. We got a lot of gaming in. JG joined us for a while. He played his first board game.
That's
it was a good weekend.
Hertzler, right?
Yes.
How did he enjoy the game?
John's trying to get me and Homer to learn magic. Magic the Gathering.
It's gonna happen. There's no trying. It's already happened, and you know. But no, JG had fun. He was a little confused by some of it and kind of just went with whatever suggestions he was given. He's like, yeah, sure, let's just do that. But he was pretty animated. He shared a bunch of stories, and there were several people here that aren't necessarily Star Trek people, but they're regulars here at Kazon, and they joined in along with JG. So they're now dipping toes into the Trek world, so to speak. So we're growing that community even farther here.
Yeah, and JG's actually going to be in a play in Ithaca in December.
Oh,
And his wife invited me to come down and watch.
that's really cool.
Yep, Christmas Carol.
Yep.
John,
That's
the
gonna be at
coolest
the Hangar Theater.
the coolest thing about your video, John, is that you're rocking back and forth. It makes us feel like we're already on the Star Trek cruise.
Yeah, I have a bad tendency of tipping back in chairs. I've broken probably like 2 dozen of them.
Wow.
Yep, I got a pile of them in the back that are all busted up.
What was the
I
most
can't do
Pick up
office
a
chairs.
rocking chair. Just put it in the store.
They
what
don't
was
sit up
the
high enough.
most what was the most poignant or entertaining moment at your celebration of Aaron weekend?
Oh, see, Heather's already laughing at this.
I know, I'm scared. I feel like I shouldn't have asked that question.
I think there was alcohol involved.
I sent you
Sirach
the
knows.
message.
Oh, that
Sirach
okay.
knows. Yes.
Okay, so
Dude, do I dare?
no, don't
Sirach, do I
dare.
dare?
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
You can't drink and tell. You know the rules.
We had a debate about whether or not something was in the documentary, and I was right, but the subject matter.
She was fighting against all
I
of
was
us.
right. I was
Adamant that
right.
this particular story was in this documentary, and we're like, "There's no way."
It's okay not to
And-
be right.
About an hour later, there it is. She found it, and we watched it, and there it was.
But it
Right
was
now-
when we were
right now
calling
it's
it that we
Sirach.
can't repeat.
Sirach is frozen stiff. Homer was covering his face. My finger was
That's
a millimeter away from
horrible
the mute
topic
button.
right there, Ryan.
I was so close to that mute button.
that goes right along with the story.
We can't repeat what we were calling it because it was bad.
So moving along, how you doing,
choice.
Chelsea? Good
Good
to see
choice.
you, Chelsea.
Hey.
You're calling
I haven't
us.
seen Chelsea since the funeral. She was at the funeral for Aaron at the Man's Theater, and we gave each other a big hug. I know you're still sad, and that's understandable.
It was one of my close friends.
I know, and you were there for Melissa right afterwards. So, you're still obviously hurt by it.
I'm not doing well.
But we want to thank you for what you did. You were there for Melissa immediately on the first day and the many days after. And while a lot of us were saying, hey, whatever you need, we're there for you. You were actually there for her physically. So we really appreciate that.
He's my friend too, and I wanted to stop alone.
Mm. And
Yes.
how are your kitties, by the way? They've been giving you a lot of comfort lately.
Yeah, you want to see the physical manifestation of depression?
If it's a kitty.
Messy room.
Hmm.
Sorry, I took a lot of gabapentin, so I'm like kind of out of it.
That's okay. Homer, have you ever taken that drug that Chelsea just said that I can't pronounce?
I just heard that word for the first time.
Me too.
So not unless it was by accident, and it was. I have no idea how it could have happened. So I'm going to say no.
It's like an anxiety thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
But it's not really a controlled substance, so.
It's safer.
Anne Marie, you know a lot about medicine. What is it?
It works on the GABA receptors in your brain, so it's not like a benzodiazepine. It's safer.
See, she knows everything.
Damn,
Yeah,
you know everything, man. Jeez.
Man, I wasn't kidding, man.
What are you, a doctor?
Yeah.
You are a doctor?
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. Excuse me. Sorry. Didn't know.
That's a doctor.
That's
Wow.
fast. Are you a doctor? Yeah.
Oh, I just play one on TV.
Or do you just...
Yeah. But I did stay at a Holiday Express last night.
Well, Chelsea, thank you so much for joining us. Though
We always love seeing Chelsea so much.
she's
Yes.
my favorite.
I
Yes.
wasn't sure if I could do it, but I decided
Doing
to
it so
show
far.
up.
Chelsea was Aaron's favorite person to poke and prod on these things because she was always calling from a car. I think sometimes she wasn't even going anywhere. She would just like run in her car just to tease Aaron.
Well, if you're on the 405, you know,
Yeah.
you're really not going anywhere.
Yeah, you're safe.
Either that or she was hanging upside down in the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
But we're all here for you, Chelsea. We joke because we love and we want to give you a lot of joy as you've given us a lot of joy over the last few months. And I know it's really tough, but we're all here.
It doesn't feel real.
One of the cutest things in STLV was when I kept telling Aaron, like, we need to call Chelsea since she's not here. He's like, she's probably in a car. She's probably in the car. So we were at lunch, and then we got to call Chelsea on Aaron's phone and say hi for a second because we missed you.
Do you remember that, Chelsea?
Yeah, I was just finishing snail hunting when you called. 'Cause I
Snail hunting?
Yeah, I feed them to my lizard. I feed them to my lizard.
Oh,
Interesting. What do they do with the shell?
Oh, the shell, they just spit out the shell.
Oh, are they French lizards?
No, it's a pink
That's funny.
That's a joke for
Renee.
Aaron. That's a joke for Ryan.
Very funny.
Renee needs to be here so he can do the because that was him.
I know. That's like the best part of Little Mermaid by far.
Yeah.
I had that cassette. I listened to it like every day for a couple years.
Those of you at home, you're referencing that Renee did the voice of that character that.
The French chef
The
in Little
French
Mermaid.
chef in Little Mermaid.
Oh, yeah.
No way. That's Renee?
Yeah. How did you not know that?
Are you serious?
Yes.
That either.
Why does he not say that more often?
I don't know.
I don't know,
It
but
took me-
like,
it
I
took me till,
know
like
he's
last
in
year.
a show like right now, or he was.
I would literally introduce myself as the guy who did that voice. On The Little Mermaid.
Exactly. I still have like Little Mermaid bed sheets with him on them from like 1980 something.
Wow. So now Odo is the second favorite thing that he's ever done.
Well, it's tied.
At best. What was that sitcom he did in the 80s where he was like a butler?
Oh, Benson or something.
Benson.
There was there was
That's
some
number
like
one.
panel and they only talked about Benson, even though it was like the Star Trek panel that I was listening to online.
Yeah.
Because also Neelix was in it.
Yeah.
So, Sirach, what's been the biggest shock so far for you today? Is it that Renee did that voice, or is that you have to hunt snails?
The biggest shock is that Anne Marie is a doctor, and I don't know why I don't know why you don't put the doctor. If I earned the doctor label, I would never have it I would always have it in front of my name everywhere I am. You know,
That's really sweet. Well, I don't really know how to use my computer, so I don't even know how Zoom has my name.
What's your specialty?
What?
What's your specialty?
Surgery.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Wow, she's a surgeon too.
Yeah, on top of it. Wow.
That's amazing.
What
That's
kind
like
of
extra.
Wow.
Actually, like I quit to switch into like pharma or something, but I was training to be a transplant surgeon. So it was actually really interesting talking to Aaron because a few years ago, like before I had met him, and I was like too busy studying and working to watch Star Trek like I always do for like my whole life. Aaron kind of like crossed my attention because I saw that he had been like doing a lot of like spokesman work for kidney transplants, which is what I did research and studied. So I was like really impressed by the work he was doing because so few people have transplants, especially who are famous. So it goes a long way when people can be spokesmen for it. And Aaron was a great one. His first kidney lasted like a record amount of time, especially for when it was put in.
It was like
it was
30
really
years or
impressive.
something, right?
Yeah, and especially like at the time he had it, he obviously like took incredible.
So he had two kidneys?
Yeah, the second was a living donor, and which would have lasted for hopefully the rest of his life. But he was just an excellent spokesman for it, and he took exquisite care of it. I was actually like so impressed when I met him in Las Vegas. Like you just could tell like he was so like aware of his health and making sure like he wasn't drinking ever when I saw him, and like making sure he got rest and like
I never
sure, like,
saw
all of his
Aaron
levels
drink.
were no.
Yeah.
He was like he was
He
an
doesn't-
exceptional recipient and like amazing and an
He ate-
amazing advocate.
He ate healthy all the time. He never drank alcohol. He never did drugs.
Yeah, and
he was-
he was just
though.
excellent.
He did like a cola, I will say that.
Yeah.
Okay, that kind of Coke.
Not Coke.
Now, Anne-Marie,
Really liked mochi.
one more thing, Anne-Marie. You're currently binge watching something. Would you like to tell us?
Oh
what that is?
my gosh.
Don't do it.
I didn't tell anybody.
Okay, well, first of all, my vocabulary is like tripled because I'm learning all of this like street talk. From The Shield with Michael Chiklis.
Oh God!
And I may be starting my own podcast review series with Homer and Melissa.
Are you serious? This is getting ridiculous.
I'm in season 6
Getting?
now. I just got to season 6 this morning. Mhm.
You wait a minute. Your vocabulary is getting ridiculous, but
Oh,
yet you knew what
it's
gamma
tripled.
blockers are.
Well, it's triple,
Seriously?
like different kind of knowledge.
Oh,
I've learned like 10 new phrases just today only.
like how
And they're all filth, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Like, I can barely say any of them on air. But my favorite line of today was like, "Oh, the universe will take its trash out eventually when it's ready." And then Michael Chiklis is like, "It already has." But there's also like really amazing writing, and I learned some really amazing terms. Like the least filthy one I've learned this week is "boom in the womb," which is when like a hooker hooks up with you on the street.
Yikes. Hey,
yeah.
what shirt are you
that's
wearing?
expensive vocabulary there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm wearing my favorite slouchy sweatshirt, Captain Nog.
Captain
Oh, we
Nog
can't
sweatshirt.
see it. It's so dark.
I know,
Okay.
it's because I live in New York and I'm barely
There it
paying my
is.
electricity bills.
Yeah.
There it
But
is.
I also bought a canvas poster from my apartment so that I could have like I could see Nog every day.
What is
And
it?
I was too lazy to like go to my kitchen and measure how big I wanted it to be. So it turns out it's like shrine size. It's like half my height of Captain Nog. So I have to decide where to hang that.
Show us. What does it mean when a doctor says she can't afford lights in New York?
It just means I live in Midtown and like the apartments are really poorly lit.
Hey,
Means New York
Tom,
is broken.
Tom Webster, have you ever seen The Shield?
I have not seen The Shield.
It's
Nice.
actually really good.
Nice.
I've
Aaron
heard
was
good
right.
things about it. I haven't. I actually just finished binge watching DS9 this week.
Cool.
Oh, wow.
I could never finish binge watching DS9. That goes over and over and over and over.
Any final thoughts on Deep Space Nine, Tom?
It's actually the first Star Trek that I got into as a kid.
Wow.
So, like, I do have to say, like, it's just interesting to rewatch, and having just rewatched the What You Left Behind documentary, I think that's what sparked me to rewatch things. And so it's a unique Star Trek that I think stands its own against all the others. And it's interesting to see Aaron grow up on the show and kind of where he's gone to his place. And then after watching the documentary, I'm kind of bummed we never got to see Captain Nog truly in an episode other than just the one look back episode.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
check out Star Trek Online. They're doing a lot of things with Captain Nog, so you can kind of live that out there.
Yeah, I have seen that in there.
Right.
I have to say the one other like amazing Aaron story before I forget from STLV. Like the night I got there, it was like Friday night of the convention, and I met up with you, like all of the Seventh Rule crew, like Homer and John and Ryan and Melissa and Aaron. And I overheard, like, even though I was talking to somebody else, I overheard before Aaron went to bed, like, pull John and Homer aside and be like, make sure you take care of her and she gets back to her room okay. And I was just so impressed by, like, what a gentleman he was. Like, he didn't even know that I heard. And he was just like, always looking out for everybody and making sure everybody was safe and having a nice time. And I just couldn't have been more impressed. He was such a gentleman.
That is true. He was a very thoughtful person and a true gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa has been posting the daily Aaron photos.
Those are great.
I see that in the photos too. Like just how loving and attentive he was towards her. And it's just, it's so heartwarming to know that he's one of those people who is truly a really good person inside and out.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed over at his house once when I had a mental breakdown. I stayed the night. Another time I recovered at his house after I had surgery. He picked me up.
Wow.
Like so thoughtful and sweet. And it's not like he was doing it to like show off, or that he never even realized anybody would know. He just was always so like warm and giving.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt, but very quickly, we've been joined by Immo all the way from Germany. What city in Germany are you in?
City? Well, there isn't a city close by, I think. You might have heard of Bremen. It's
Wow.
a really little town where I live, yeah.
Where is that, the south or what?
Now it's far up in the north, actually.
Okay,
close to the
by
North
Denmark.
Sea, yeah.
Now, Immo here
Northwestern,
is our new associate producer on the show, so I just wanted to say thank you to Immo publicly for joining the team. Very much appreciated.
Thanks.
Oh,
I'm sorry
welcome.
for being late, but Microsoft decided it was time for a Windows update, so no.
Oh, wow.
You left us.
Enough said right there.
That's our new producer.
Too.
So,
Did you see the documentary, Immo?
I did. Yeah, I did.
What'd you think about it?
I wrote Ryan earlier. I don't know if you've read it yet.
I saw it, yeah.
When I first saw the documentary, I really thought it was a treasure. But after Aaron passed, I now know how precious it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really loved it. And I've been a DS9 fan from the first hour, so I don't belong to the newer group of fans that have been watching DS9 on Netflix. So I was really, really happy seeing that something happened around Deep Space Nine again when IRS-Deep decided to do the documentary.
Yeah, and they took advantage of the fact that we were all around. You know, the window has now closed where all of us are alive. And one of the things that stood out to me not only was Aaron and what he said in the documentary, but I felt like Renee was also kind of a little bit kind of like saying a goodbye in some type of way when he started to talk about himself and his career. He was almost like saying, this is how I'll be remembered, and on my tombstone, I think he said something to that effect. So I think Ira was really fortunate to get everybody, you know, in the documentary. And I'm glad that Aaron got to get his message across in that documentary and be so featured in it. I'm glad he was able to get that in.
Yeah, if you look back at it now, thinking about like at the time, it wasn't as important. I mean, it was important, but now that we know that he wasn't here much longer after it was released, it becomes even more special to everyone to hear how he felt about his character and being on the show.
Right. Definitely. Hey, Rex.
Yes.
How you doing, by the way, buddy? I see a lot of really cool stuff in the background. Those of you that are listening in, he's got a cool Star Trek Discovery shirt. I'm sure Sirach's wearing his today too. He also has a really cool Seventh Rule postcard in the background.
Brian,
Don't
Leah
laugh
made
like
me
that,
laugh.
Ann. Don't laugh like that.
I also see, looks like a picture of you with Aaron Eisenberg as
Well,
Nog in the background.
It's really funny. The whole story about this picture is that I couldn't go to Las Vegas this year. And I have some very good friends that got to go. And so I said, I really want a picture of him, but I can't be there. So they ended up taking a picture of me and cutting out my face. And my friend actually held it up so I could be in the picture. And I tell you what, I cherish these things now because not just with Aaron, but with the great Trek friends that I have, they were able to bring that back to me. So it's just really probably going to be one of my favorite pictures. I just wish I'd been able to get it autographed by Aaron somewhere down the road. But it's probably going to be one of my most favorite pictures, I would say, that I because of that. Absolutely, how he, that's kind of talking about Aaron there, how he brought people together. I think that's one of the biggest things right there is just seeing how people are brought together, not just by what things he did and going to see him be able to send him out there. So I was flabbergasted when I got that back because I expected just a picture of them with him. And they said, no, this is what we did. We went and found a picture of you on Facebook and cut it out. So it's marvelous.
Wow, that is really cool.
Yep.
Speaking of Star Trek Las Vegas, Kat King helped us out a ton in Vegas. You want to tell us a little bit about that, Kat?
Would you like to know?
What you did for us, passing
Every
out
detail.
flyers,
Oh my
every
gosh.
single
So
detail.
first, it was, well, mostly, there was a lot going on this year's convention. So I just wanted to make sure that, everyone knew about the Seventh Rule. And, I did the same thing for Alpha Quadrant. I went around the convention and I handed out these lovely postcards. And it was the first year I cosplayed, so I was like, I'm going to do the Borg thing, because we're actually planning a big Borg march for the 25th anniversary of Voyager, but since that's another series, I won't press it and plug it too much. But anyway, so in my best Borg cosplay, I stood out in front of the theater to just hand these out and, give these away to people, let them know, hey, there's a show and this is what's going on, and it's hosted by Sirach Lofton and Aaron Eisenberg, and it was a great fun, but I was sad because people kept kind of looking at me like, well, what are you about? What are you selling me? And I'm like, I wasn't selling anything. I'm just inviting you to this to be a part of this new podcast show with Jake and Nog from DS9. I mean, what is the big deal? So I just found like it was really important to me to be able to just be a part of letting people know about this show. And I'm so glad that it's gained the following that it has now, because I feel like there's so much content for people to go back, and if you didn't really get into it at the beginning, then you get to go back and there's all this bingeable content with Aaron, and I think it's going to be terrific for those people. So yeah, that was it. And then of course just facilitating, having our wonderful fellow con-goers to be able to come on the show and talk a little bit about what they bring to STLV, whether they're cosplayers, whether they sell in the vendor's room, or, whoever they are, that they're fans, because Aaron was so lovely about including the fans and making us feel like we were all kind of part of it. And it wasn't just like, I'm the famous guy, look at me, but it was me and everyone else, all of my friends. And I just thought that was special. So it was fun to be able to organize that for everybody and for the show.
And Anne-Marie mentioned Star Trek Las Vegas and all the shenanigans going on there. But by the way, Heather here, who's looking at her phone,
I was looking up.
You could actually see the picture of what you're talking about when there was Aaron, John, and Homer there wearing their awesome Seventh Rule shirts. There's Ryan over here wearing not a Seventh Rule shirt, sadly.
Shame on you.
I know.
Yeah.
Shame on me.
I was looking up. David Schroeder says that there are Seventh Rule shirts in the Birmingham track.
Whoa.
And he
So
said
cool.
he posted that,
Very
and
cool.
I said to him, I'm so glad to see that our fans are growing, and he said I see it more as growing the family, and I was like, that is
Very
more
nice.
accurate, and I'm stealing that.
Very
Who do you think more shirts are there for? Ryan, Sirach, or Aaron?
Oh, that would
Probably
that
the
would
Captain
be
Nog
cool for
ones.
That one. Oh yeah, Captain Nog might be the more popular right now.
I'm getting a Captain Nog one. I gotta
They're
get
the
one.
best.
I'm
Nice.
jealous of John and Homer right now.
Yeah.
And Anne Marie, you got to try that lady slouch.
And Anne Marie,
Yeah, I'm like addicted to the slouchy sweatshirts. This is my third one. Do you know that Homer has all 3 of your shirts now? He has the trifecta. He
He's
just
our
got
first-
Orion.
He's our first Grand Slam winner.
Yeah.
There you
Damn
go.
it, Homer.
All for me.
Damn it.
Come on, John. Get on the ball. Go, mister.
Just make a mass
Days
order.
on.
Mass order.
Ryan shirt first. I have to
Hey.
get the other one.
Thank you, Heather. Tarak, have you been?
Also, the other reason I was looking at my phone is because Yvette said that she wasn't going to be able to make it because she's riding home on the Amtrak from Ticonderoga.
Who's this?
Oh,
Uh, Yvette in
Oh,
the
Yvette. Yeah, right.
in the Discord.
Sure, we
And
know Yvette.
also,
Black
Aaron Williams said he wouldn't be able to make it, and they just said hi. So
We got Ensign Ricky in the house, though.
Oh.
What's up? You made it.
in a car.
He's mad at us.
And Frozen.
Making a delivery.
Sirach, you've been to Destination Star Trek in Birmingham, right?
I have. I can't believe the 7th rule made it out there.
Oh yeah, in full force.
As a matter of fact, I think that's where Aaron saved my life.
That's
I
right.
love that story.
Yeah.
Tell
Aaron
that
saved my
story
life.
Tell the story for Ensign Ricky, who just joined us.
Oh, well.
Getting blinded by the sun.
Yeah. It's a
Oh,
fairly
look over
simple
here.
story, you know? Aaron swooped in like a superhero, saved my life. Actually, what he really did was I was crossing the street, and, being in Birmingham, the cars come from the other side of the road. So your normal reaction here in LA is to look to the left. So I looked to the left as I normally would when we walk out into the street. But, of course, the cars come from the right. So there was a bus coming about 40 miles an hour. And
For kilometers.
yeah, or 4 kilometers. Exactly.
Thank you, Dr. Anne Marie.
Thank you, Dr. Anne Marie. And all of a sudden, I hear this shrieking, screaming, kind of girlish squealing sound. And, of course, it was Aaron. And he was trying to tell me that, watch out. But he could only get out a scream. Like, ah! I can't, so. But it did get my attention, and it caused me to look the other way, which made me step back up off the curb, kind of saving me from getting hit by a bus that was going 40 kilometers.
Kind of?
Actually, yes, it did save me. The guy didn't slow down at all. Like, he wasn't planning on stopping. Mm-hmm.
Aaron liked to share that
I
fact.
believe we call them wankers.
Did Chirac tell you about the time I saved his life?
No, but right away, he's like, I just saved your life. And I'm like, yeah, kind of. No. I saved your life. You owe me for the rest of your life. You're indebted to me. I'm going to go around every convention and tell people how I just saved your life. And so it was almost a regrettable thing,
Has anyone ever noticed that when Aaron goes on rants, his voice gets slowly higher and higher?
And it already starts off kind of high.
Yeah, it starts off kind of high.
Like
Higher and higher
he does get high.
when he rants.
What was his biggest rant ever, Chelsea?
I can't really remember. One I probably should not say here.
Only the ones that you can say.
We went to the movies once, and he got kind of pissy that a really tall guy sat in front of us. And I said, I think he can hear you. And he said, good.
Oh, yeah, everybody can hear Aaron. He wasn't quiet about it.
Of all the seats, he's got to sit in front of me. I mean, really, look at the place.
Gosh.
Aww.
It sounded just like him just for that second.
He did.
Yeah.
He really did.
Good.
Yeah.
Sirach, were you that tall guy?
I was wondering the same.
So awkward.
And he would rant
Like,
about.
oh, yeah, it was me.
He would,
It's like, what kind of friend sits in front of you instead of next to you?
I can hear you, Aaron.
Yeah.
oh, and he freaked out once when I touched his food.
Oh.
Well, how did you touch it? Did you like thumb it?
I like stuck my fingers in it, and he freaked the fuck out. He's like, "You could get me sick." Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
he was like a little bit of a germaphobe for that kind of stuff.
well, for good reason. He's immunosuppressed, so
Yeah, he didn't like that.
it was at the Gays in Space event I usually go to.
What was
Like-
the food?
It was Thai food. I kept like picking at the rice and eating it.
Oh, it was almost for schnitzel.
I know, I was thinking that too.
And
There you go, Ryan. There it is. There's a joke again.
What a
You
relief.
love. I know Ryan loves that joke.
Mr. Rock loved it last week too.
No, let's not go
I
back
totally.
to the
I
schnitzel.
fell for it for like an hour. I was telling
Thank you,
everybody
Sarah.
we were going to Flush Schnitzel, and then they were like, "Aaron was messing with you."
So, Immo, do you know this joke?
Oh.
It's a Thai and German fusion place.
No, Vietnamese and
It
fusion.
sounds
German.
great.
Right, oh.
No, I don't know that joke.
Perhaps
I
you
know,
guys
I
could,
know good schnitzel, of course. but,
maybe you could take it offline.
Sirach, do you want to tell him the story, or Homer, or John?
Oh, it's a Vietnamese German place called Faux Schnitzel.
Good answer.
There we go.
run by
cracks me up
an
every
Italian
time.
guy, or-
it's pronounced pho, not pho.
It's fun. Fast schnitzel.
Yeah.
Paar Schnitzel, yeah.
Oh, for Schnitzel. Oh, thank you.
It works either way.
My best Schnitzel I've ever eaten was in Austria.
Me
Wasn't
too.
German.
In Vienna.
The Wiener
In
schnitzel.
Vienna.
The
Yeah,
specific
Vienna.
schnitzel.
Hey,
Schnitzel
did
is
you
the
go to
best.
Schnitzel
It is.
House?
They went to the same place.
I don't know what it was called, but it was the best.
We started.
Yeah,
we started
Vienna
having-
Schnitzel
Vienna.
is
It was
amazing.
Wiener
Yeah.
schnitzel.
It's called Schnitzel House.
Immo, does it upset Germans when somebody says the best schnitzel they had was in Austria?
Not at all, because it's true. It's just
Oh,
true. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I'm gonna really piss him off when I say
Well,
the best
that's
schnitzel I ever
because
had was in
most schnitzels
Australia.
are made out of pork, and that's
Yeah.
just the wrong way. That's not the way you do it. And the
Yeah.
Austrians, for some reason, make it right.
I don't know. The best schnitzel I ever had was in Germany, Cologne, Germany.
Mm.
where you said Cologne?
Yeah, Cologne, Germany. It's spelled Koln.
Yeah.
K-U-L-N.
Cologne.
Yeah.
Don't forget the umlaut. We love our
No,
umlaut.
umlaut, darling.
Aaron,
The
like,
Germans drink. They drink some good beer, man. They know how to drink.
They do?
Oh, look at that.
Oh, yes.
Speaking of that,
A demonstration.
Aaron was in a movie where he had a
We never
really
do.
bad German accent. No
Oh
joke.
gosh.
It was Puppet Master 3.
Yes.
Really bad German accent.
Oh, I need to see
The
that.
bad German accent came from American actors, or that's something that really upsets me when watching American series or movies in English.
Did you like
Whenever-
Inglourious
when-
Bastards though?
Pardon me?
Did you like Inglourious Bastards though?
I did, but that's because they used German
They had
actors
German actors.
for the German scenes. Yeah,
yeah.
Christoph Waltz.
there are really bad things out there. Like Fringe, for example, was really bad. Whenever there comes a German up, that's just no German.
Yeah, you know, there are a lot of Ferengi that were upset that Star Trek just had a bunch of, human actors playing them.
Ha!
Yeah,
Sure.
you can see that. Yeah.
They're pretty pissy about that. Kat, how did you feel? You were outraged about that, right?
Guys, I will be right back.
Outraged about what exactly?
About humans playing Ferengi?
Ferengi.
You're on fire tonight.
What's going on? I just felt like the case of the giggles. I don't know what's going on. What? No, I don't mind. I mean, isn't that the acting is to stretch yourself and to...
Wait. We do have to ask The Rock, though. Is it true that he's going to be in a play with Robert Beltran?
Oh, boy. Rumor.
Oh. The rumor has begun.
Yeah, because we need to take a 7th rule field trip if that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I guess so. I didn't know. I'm still waiting to find out.
All 40
Okay.
But you know what's funny is that I remember Aaron telling the story about auditioning for Bad Santa.
Oh, I love that story.
Yes.
And he was so pissed because the director loved him for the role. And was like, yeah, I think you'd be perfect for it, but you're just too tall. He's like, I mean, for the first time, Aaron was too
You're
tall.
2 inches too tall.
What was he playing?
An elf.
Oh.
He was playing an elf in Bad Santa, but
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine him, like somebody telling you you're too tall? He's like, what? I've never heard that before. I'm too tall.
Also, I remember him telling me that he apparently auditioned for King of the Hill, which I didn't know.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
To be the voice of Bobby, I'm assuming.
I didn't know that either.
Oh, that makes me want to hear his Billy Bob Thornton impression.
I really like the pictures that they showed of him when he was young. Really good pictures,
yeah.
like, you know, like when he was like 11, 10, 12, 13 in that zone.
Yeah, those beauty shots. I have a lot of pictures of Aaron for my videos and stuff like that, of older stuff and those like kind of like setup shots that they like, the promo shots that they do, you know,
Yeah.
like the send out and stuff like that. But yeah, he looks super young in him. I mean, super, super young.
I liked it when we would get the pictures of him in the like the acid wash jeans and the big puffy jacket from like the 90s.
He'd always have a plaid shirt on and a black hat.
Or him in the Wonder Years with Picardo as the elf.
He was in the Wonder Years?
Yeah, I didn't know
Yeah,
about that one.
yeah, with Robert Picardo. Robert Picardo played Santa, and Aaron played an elf. And,
oh my goodness!
What a combination! Yeah.
On the TV show The Wonder Years? with Fred
Yes.
Savage?
Yeah, he was on the Wonder Years. But and Robert Picardo actually was Santa behind him. So I mean, it was crazy that they're both together in the Wonder Years together, same episode.
Robert Picardo was the coach in Wonder Years, so he was the coach playing like his Santa thing, and then he had an elf. Oh, that's so cool! I didn't know that.
Yeah, and Aaron was kind of like the asshole elf that stood in front, like next. You know, I mean, like, yeah, it was.
Wow.
Made the
yeah, I worked with the dad from the Wonder Years after Star Trek.
Oh man, he's scary.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was so scared of him because of the looks he used to give, you know.
Yeah.
On that show.
What's his name? Arnold something or?
No, his name is Dan Lauria.
Yeah, Dan Lauria.
Dan Lauria was the dad on Wonder Years, and he was the coach on my show, a basketball show. You played the head coach.
The Hoop Life.
The Hoop Life, yeah.
The only picture that I got of you besides Star Trek, you can't fucking find anything about you, like on the web or anything, like your previous roles or anything. It's the only picture I found was the Curtis Hoop Life picture.
Sirach, that's just the way you like it, right?
Yeah,
He's
you know
low-key.
what? It's funny because you spend your whole life trying to be famous, and then once you're there, you're like, I wonder if, you know, what it's like not to be famous again.
Not
Let
that
me
great.
tell you, Sirach,
Not that
it ain't no
great.
picnic.
Yeah, so you try to like get your privacy back, and it's kind of weird, I guess. That's my experience at least.
On the Discord channel.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, Mr. Tom Webster, did you ever go to any Star Trek conventions? Did you ever get a chance to meet Aaron in person, anything like that?
You know, I haven't been to a convention probably until I was like, since I was like in 9th grade. And I don't think at the time any of the DS9 casts were going around doing conventions. I think the last person I remember meeting was Jonathan Frakes and Marina Sirtis.
Oh, they're a fun bunch, those two. They're sassy.
They're at a lot of conventions too.
Well, you sound a lot younger than 78 years old, but
78.
I mean, you say before DS9 was doing conventions, that's like more than 27 years ago.
Well, I think at the time, I think you guys were still filming when it was the conventions, and we're talking like probably like mid 90s.
Okay.
So like DS9 had just really come on the air.
I didn't even know about conventions in the first few years of our show. I don't know. The first one I did was in Pasadena, but I don't know how. I don't even know how I found out about that. I think somebody was like, "Yeah, you know they do conventions." I'm like, what the hell is conventions?
Actually, like I really loved your guys' convention like mini series because I would have never gone to a convention until I watched them, and I was like, this looks like so much fun. I just decided like a few days before I went to get a ticket, and it was like the best weekend of my life. It was so much fun. So that was all thanks to you guys.
Yay.
That's why all of us New Yorkers are gonna rent a bus or something, all right?
For real, I mean, like I'm in Florida.
Let it come out. You
Florida
gotta come.
RV, we were discussing it. We're all gonna rent an RV.
Yeah.
We're gonna cross the country and pick up anybody in the Central.
Yeah, absolutely.
Across, you better come down before you go across. Come and get me in Florida.
You can get a big old suite there.
At one of the Pasadena conventions, it was like really empty, and Aaron and Melissa were there, and I just sat at their table the whole time.
Aww.
Nobody came up to like get autographs. We just played Munchkin like the whole time.
Man, they were so packed at STLV. Like it was so hard to. Every time I stopped by, they had so many people talking to them. So then it was really lucky for me because James Darren was next to them, and he didn't have anybody there. And I'm such a Gidget fan, and also a big fan of his CDs. So I got to get his newest CD and like talk to him while I waited. So it was like a good waiting area.
By the way, Anne-Marie, can we just say that I think it's really impressive that you can be a doctor that knows all this medical stuff on one hand, but then still also say things like your guys's. You know, I think that's really cool. You really run the whole gamut of education.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm a surgeon of pizza. Pizza surgeon, if you will.
I just want to know, Anne-Marie, did you ever leave anything inside somebody?
No, but actually, like one time I was in a kidney transplant, and the guy who was getting operated on, he wrote like a no junior mint sign, like in front of where his kidney was going to get removed,
reference.
like Seinfeld, which was really funny.
Seinfeld.
John knows all about Seinfeld.
You like jazz?
I do.
Yeah.
Sure.
You got the reference at least, right?
I got the reference. I've watched the shows.
Speaking of Seinfeld, I saw Armin on an episode of Seinfeld recently.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh,
He plays Kramer's caddy.
Oh wow.
Wow.
And Kramer's suing like the coffee company for spilling coffee on him or something like that. Some kind of lawsuit.
Yeah. probably off that McDonald's suit with the old lady in the hot cup.
Yeah. And Armin's in the episode. I was like, whoa, Armin. I didn't realize he was in Seinfeld because I'm a big Seinfeld. I've watched almost all the episodes.
Right.
So I didn't know that he was in it.
He was also in Next Gen.
He's in Next Gen like 3 times.
Mom,
he was. Armin's been in. He's got quite a few things, and he was a Betazoid gift box.
That's the best one.
Springy. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of them. You know, in DS9, he actually makes a voice. You know, where they go out on the planet and they find like their doubles have like settled there, and they make Armin the computer that teaches the kids math.
Oh, I love that. When Dax makes him the math teacher, that's so good.
Yeah, he comes up as the math teacher. I was like, oh, hell no. But yeah, I mean, he's got quite a few roles over the TNG and DS9.
There is one miniseries that ran on TV that had the most Star Trek actors, I think, ever.
Wait, what?
Guiding Light?
Was it Star Trek Picard?
Oh, I love Guiding Light.
No,
Guiding Light's got a lot of Trek actors.
You guys don't know the answer to this one?
General Hospital.
It's the one that Anthony's on, right?
I'll tell you the people who were in it, and then you can tell me if you can guess it. It was Kate Mulgrew's in it.
Oh, Ryan's Hope.
It's the Roots Christmas special to get.
You got close, but it's Tim Russ is in it. Avery Brooks is in it, and LeVar Burton's in it.
Wait, how
was it Ryan's Hope?
Huh?
I'm right. It's the Gift Christmas special.
I want to say
You're
Roots
right.
because
Yeah,
it's the only thing I
yeah.
know that LeVar and Avery been in together. Well, Roots
Yeah.
the third one or whatever.
It's the gift.
The
The
gift.
yeah.
that's what it was.
Is that what it's called? The gift?
The
You were
gift.
right.
Yeah, it's Roots something.
Roots.
So
The
it's
gift.
like, yeah.
I'm gonna go with Anne Maria because she's a doctor, so I'm gonna go get her answer. But you were right. It is Roots.
Yeah, I mean, there was a picture of Avery, young Avery, with no hair on, and LeVar next to each other. If you look it up on the internet and look up the thing, you can see the scene of them together, and they look young as hell, both of them. You know, I mean, because they're all shaved and clean looking.
Yeah.
You know, they're.
And Kate Mulgrew's in it too.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I never knew Kate was in it.
Kate with
Kate's
hair.
in it. Kate with hair?
Yeah.
Avery
Pretty
was
sure.
there.
Miss Colombo. Miss Colombo at her best.
Kate loves a mystery. Yeah, that whole.
You know, Boston Legal has a ton of them too. I've never
Boston
watched
Legal
Boston
is
Legal, but
amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Golden
Amazing.
Girls has
It's
a
got
lot of
so
Trek
many
people too.
Wait, did
Well,
you
they
say
have Trek
Golden Girls?
references too.
Orville, yeah.
Yeah, but the Boston Legal's got Trek references too. Like
yeah.
Shatner will open up his
Who,
phone. and
who,
it'll-
who was in Boston Legal?
The transport-
Shatner, Renee, and who
Renee.
else?
Everybody.
Renee was in
Jerry was
there.
in there. Yeah, Jerry was
Yeah.
in there. Renee.
Was
Renee.
Armin in there? Armin guest
What's that?
starred in there?
Armin was in there. He was a judge.
Yeah,
Armin
there's
was a
actually
judge.
a good scene of them Renee and Armin together in there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just hilarious.
Armin played
Just
a
hilarious.
judge.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
supposedly killed his wife,
absolutely.
I think.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, the whole
Wasn't
story-
James Spader on that show?
No. Oh yeah, James Spader's Alan Shore. He's the
Yeah.
lead basically. Him
Yeah.
and Shatner were the leads.
And Shatner.
James Spader is amazing. I fucking love James Spader. I mean,
Yeah.
everything. I watched The Blacklist too, and he's amazing in The Blacklist as well. But yeah, James is good stuff, man. Always
What
good
happened
stuff.
to Boston Legal? It was a good show. Why did they
It
cancel
went
that
for
show?
5. Yeah, it went for 5
Consolidation.
seasons. Got canceled.
Yeah.
Oh, it went for
All right,
5 seasons. Well, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all the way through, it's amazing, dude. I mean, it's great. I mean, just even watching James Spader give some of those closings is amazing. I mean, he is phenomenal, dude. There's so much to say and think and understand. But yeah, I mean, good stuff.
Oh,
I
he's
want to
so
say a
obnoxious.
huge shout out to Jerry Ryan because she did Boston Public, which is a really good show about the Boston school system.
Mhm.
You know, she was really good on that series. I was very sad when it was canceled.
Yeah, I mean, Jerry was on Boston Legal too.
We
Hey
have a
guys,
whole
I'm
list
gonna
of
have to
roles
ask you guys to
all the Star Trek actors that were in different shows.
There's so
I just
many.
want you guys to keep it down a little bit so we don't wake up Chelsea.
I'm awake.
Another show that
It's
has a
just
lot of Star
a lot
Trek
of
characters you
pills,
see in.
okay? It's a lot of pills.
But another show that has a lot of Star Trek actors is 24, actually.
Huh.
Like 24.
Oh, yeah, I
you'll
heard,
see
like,
a
Penny's
lot
on
of
Law and
people.
Order.
Michelle Forbes, everybody, yeah.
Law and Order has
James
every
Cromwell.
actor ever known.
Fake stepmom.
James Cromwell's Jack Bauer's dad.
Yeah, Benny Johnson.
Yeah, she's in it. She was one of her breakout roles.
She's also
Armin was on Buffy.
Ms. Palmer, yeah.
She's amazing on Orville.
When is the Patrick Stewart show coming out?
I was just going to ask
January
Sirach if he's going to watch it.
Oh, it's in
January
January?
23rd.
Wait,
Mhm.
Sirach, are
January
you going to watch
Actual
it?
date?
I already watched it.
No, the Picard show?
The trailer.
We hear kids on.
We've all watched the trailer.
I
He's
watched
like,
the
I watch
trailer.
the post-production guys.
I
you know.
watched more Picard than Discovery so far.
Yeah.
I just went back and watched it.
Wow. Good for you. Good for you, Homer.
That's a good thing.
I'm exactly the
Well, friends, we're gonna have to cut it short in about 1 minute.
Thanks for having us.
Well, thank
Yeah.
you guys for
Thank
always
you.
joining us and
Yeah,
being the
thanks.
life of our party all the time and supporting us. It really does help us a lot. Like this last month has been very tough on all of us. I know it's really hard on Sirach and myself as well. And you guys show like a ton of support, whether it's online or whether it's on the Patreon account or joining the videos or just sending messages. And we really appreciate it. Sirach's always on social media going, dude, Ryan, did you see this message? It's so nice.
Constantly.
Yes.
Like, when does he ever sleep?
I'm on the Twittergram now.
I dropped my Hearthstone review.
The Twittergram.
Reminds me of what you said last video, Ryan.
What was
The
that?
Twitter, the
Oh, yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah, the Instagram. So, but yeah, we really appreciate you guys. And this was,
Absolutely.
this was a really tough month for us, but we got through it.
Mhm.
And November is going to be all new stuff, and we're going to get the direction and our bearings going again. So thanks for getting us through it, guys. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. I also dropped my my Heart of Stone review for those who are interested in video reviews.
The Hearthstone.
I did. I reviewed Heart of Stone as well as did a little memorial to Aaron.
Cool.
Hey, last thing, Halloween costumes. Who's going to be what?
Nice, good question.
I work in a Halloween haunt called 17th Door, and I am.
You work 17th Door? Oh.
Yes.
Pizza delivery.
Pizza delivery? Okay.
Yeah,
That's where I'll be on Halloween.
I'm one of the nurses.
Oh, okay. It's like the McCamey Manor of the West Coast.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not as bad as McCamey Manor.
Oh, okay.
Not as bad. We do have VR, so I highly recommend coming in.
And a waiver, right? A waiver form?
Yeah. All independent haunts have waivers because we don't have the money like Universal.
Oh, yeah. For insurance.
Yeah.
I gotta dig out my old school wrestling uniform.
Ooh, amazing.
Oh, really?
We went.
Roddy Piper?
Yeah, I was a
Nice.
manager for. No, I was a manager for the Dogs of War. So we had black and red skull masks. We rocked chains, leather gloves, all that fun.
Oh, like
crap.
the old
I'll
school
post some
Nacho, like a
pictures.
Nacho Libre mask? Like that kind of wrestling mask, like Nacho Libre?
It was like a hard face mask.
Oh, okay.
No, not quite. I'll send you some pics.
All right.
We're gonna be doing Halloween here. That's not candy at the store, and I'll be in the shadows between the two buildings, and I'll be jumping out and scaring the kids like I did last year. Baseball bat and all that fun stuff. It's a riot.
What about Emmo?
Yeah, do you do Halloween in Germany?
I've got to ask what's Halloween now. I know what it is, but we don't have it over here.
Oh,
we have this thing where little children carry lights and walk from door to door and sing songs. That's what they do here on Halloween.
Like caroling.
Oh.
What is it called?
Halloween caroling? That's awesome.
Halloween caroling.
You can go around singing Nightmare Before Christmas and
Yeah.
Yes, revisited though, like the Manson version.
Highlight the iPhone.
John, we're gonna be planning another Seventh Rule get together, right? I think he's frozen.
I think he's giving you the silent treatment.
No, I had my mute.
Like I'm never seeing you again.
Mute button on.
Rex and Homer, what are you guys doing?
I was at Starbucks and I asked the person for their apron. So
Yeah.
I always go as a barista. And it was so
Probably
nice of
gonna
them to give it to me. Like,
Probably going to do Hunter Thompson this year.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, probably
Very
so.
good
And
one.
then probably my best friend will be his lawyer. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Fear and Loathing Las Vegas, yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
who's watching the Shield?
You took too much, man. Too much.
That's right.
You said Michael Chiklis from The Shield? Is that what you said, Homer?
Michael Chiklis, who's watching. Who's
There you
doing
go.
it?
Thought
about that,
We're supposed to be
but,
watching the Shield
that's-
here now.
Very good.
It's
Very
always in season, so it doesn't even have to. It could be any time, any time of the year. Actually, for me, I'm going to be handing out candy here in Inwood, and it's a toss-up between a black background with white lettering on it that says iPhone, or I'm going to put on a Picard shirt.
Okay. All right.
3 pizza slices.
Touche.
plus candy.
What about Tom Webster? Did we get yours yet?
Yeah, no, I don't know yet. It's to be determined based on work schedule.
what about Sirach and Ryan?
I'll go as
Well,
Sirach, I
yeah.
guess. Go
Well,
as Ryan.
well,
Cosplay
you know, I
each other.
have
Right, they are all actors, right?
Yeah, we'll cosplay each other. Sirach, are you dressing up?
Yeah, I
You
have
dress
this
as Ryan.
horse. I have this 2-person outfit. It's a horse, and it's a 2-person thing. So I always tell my daughter she has to be the back, and she hates it every time I say. Every time I say, "Let's go try on that horse outfit," she's like, "No, I'm not going to be the back of the horse, Dad." I'm like, "Come on, all you got to do is wave the tail. You wave the tail, I'll push the front." And she's like,
Right.
"No,
I
no,
have
no."
to force my kid to go trick or treating. He doesn't even like it. I mean, like, I don't know. He's just not a fan.
Wow.
Not a fan.
So yeah, until I can find somebody to do this horse outfit with me, I guess.
Yeah,
How would you
you're
like
right,
to get
Anne-Marie.
that for Halloween?
You're right, Anne-Marie. It'll probably be Chelsea. You're right. Good thinking.
There we go.
Is Chelsea gonna do the? Oh no, you've got your own Halloween thing going on, huh?
Yeah, the haunt.
Yeah.
I keep
pretty
asking
cool.
you to go through it. You should go through it.
I'm planning on going. It's just very far.
Ryan is scared.
I like am petrified.
I could get
of
you
those things.
3
You won't
tickets.
get Ryan to the door.
Ryan's screaming.
No, I don't get scared from those things.
I don't know. Now they have those Halloween.
It's just
It's just you get the haunted houses now where you have to sign like a 90-page waiver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one page. Basically, please don't sue us because we don't have the money that Universal has to just pay someone off.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a new one out that it says a 40-page waiver because it's so scary that people have lost their. I don't know. Is
it McCamey Manor?
Yeah, it's McCamey Manor. Yeah,
That's like how the Philadelphia one is. It's like
Yeah,
set
it's
in
Chicago.
the
I've seen
Eastern
it on
State
the Chicago
Penitentiary.
website.
The one in Philadelphia is like actually at a real penitentiary that closed down, and it was
Wow,
like closed
that's
down
cool.
because of because of the solitary confinement drove all the inmates crazy. So like people jump out at you from the cells and like pin you against the wall. Like I'm never going to one ever again. It was the
Yeah, we got the same thing in Chicago. We got Statesville Haunted Penitentiary, and Statesville was a prison that they used many years ago that's closed, but now it's a big pumpkin patch and a Halloween haunted house, and the whole prison's been converted. So it's crazy. You just go into different rooms, you kind of follow everybody, but I mean things fly at you from everywhere. I mean there's all sorts of crazy stuff going on, but it's fun. I mean the best is when they have clowns in the front that entertain the guests, and they end up doing all sorts of crazy shit, and it's just the pre-show basically before you get into the big room. But yeah, Statesville is pretty good, and that's like I said, it's a haunted prison, kind of like the Philadelphia one. But, yeah, they get scary.
I like ran through it so fast.
My daughter said she wanted to be scared for Halloween, so I told her she has to pay the rent next month.
Yeah, pay for her own iPhone.
Bring her to my haunt.
For real though.
That'll scare you.
That's right. Absolutely.
Next Friday.
I know
Heather-
JD is going to be going out to Minneapolis. Where is it? Bay City, Michigan. Here for 2 different weekends in November. He's doing a gigantic escape room. They rented a battleship, like a Navy battleship, that they converted into a starship.
Oh, that's
so they're running something out there. It's
pretty cool.
the Outbound Hope mission.
Wow.
That's in Michigan?
Bay City, Michigan, yeah.
They did something similar in Long Beach. They did the Queen Mary.
JG's going to be Admiral Kolar.
What about you, Heather? You haven't answered.
I didn't have time to get my Star Trek outfit or costume I wanted to get, so I'm gonna do I'm gonna be an elf queen. So I've got a crown and elf ears and everything.
Okay, nice. All right.
I wonder where the best place to actually get like an actual nice DS9 uniform from. I'm sure a lot of people do replicas and stuff like that, but I'm sure there's a place out there that does them really well. But I haven't found any.
There's some good Star Trek uniforms that you can get, but they're like $100+. So
exactly. I mean, they're not cheap. The nice
ones.
Yeah,
the nice ones. Yeah. What's the company? Analos or something?
Oh yeah.
No. Just say no.
No, Novo. What is it?
Don't do that one.
No, don't.
We could have a separate podcast on that, actually.
Yeah, that would last for days.
We're already doing a Shield podcast.
Oh, right. After the Shield.
Yeah. Okay.
We've got a lot of good here today. Kat,
Wait, hold on. Ryan, what's your costume?
Yeah, what's Ryan's costume?
I told you I'm going to cosplay Sirach. I'm just going to get like a notepad and...
Can I shave your hair?
Oh, okay.
Get one of Versace black face costumes.
Kat, did we get you?
No, I'm just gonna do like a crossover between like a Viking and a vampire. I'm gonna be like a Viking.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
How very goth of you.
Oh, I've goth in my soul, baby.
Goth in my soul.
Vampire once.
I'm going as myself.
Nice.
Well, happy Halloween, guys, and have a safe and enjoyable Halloween until we see each other again.
And for those of you in Germany, happy Song Singing Day.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
Candle lights.
Caroling. Halloween carols.
Schnitzel day.
Chelsea, we'll pray for you.
Schnitzel music.
Hope you get better, Chelsea. Stay strong for us.
Yes.
You know,
We
we'll
love
pray
you.
for you.
We're here for you.
Dr. Anne Marie, you got to figure out how to change that moniker.
It's been this month has literally been hell.
We expect to see Doctor on there the next time.
Yeah, well, we'll make it through it. We'll make it through it, guys. Thank you so
Yeah,
much,
we're thinking
Heather,
of you,
Kat,
Chelsea.
Chelsea,
you.
Homer, Rex,
Thank you.
Ricky,
Tom,
John, Tom.
Mo.
See you guys
Oh,
later.
all the
Emma.
friends.
Good to see you all. Take care.
Thanks,
Send us
everybody.
some
Until
info.
next time.
Best of luck to you, and everybody at home, always remember the 7th rule. And why don't you like, subscribe, follow all of our stuff, and keep supporting these awesome people you see in front of you.
R.I.P. Aaron Eisenberg too, guys. This is for him.
Yeah.
And in my new video, I give the 7th rule a huge shout out too.
Nice. Look forward to that. See you later, guys.